Hello everyone, welcome back to the Excel 2016 course. In this video, we will try to understand what Excel functions are, and we'll also look at a couple of basic Excel functions to understand the functions. And then in the later sections of the course, we will dive deep into various functions that are available in Excel. Before we start looking at a couple of Excel functions, let us see how we can actually find the sum of the given numbers and also average, and then see how functions would help us alleviate the pain. So we have a few numbers here, and let's say we want to find the sum of those numbers. There are a couple of ways we can do it. Let me do this one way, where I would say equal to. Then I want to click the first number, put a plus sign, the next number, plus sign, and I'll repeat till the end. Once I reach the end, I'll hit enter, and that will give you the sum of these numbers. Now, in order for me to find the average of this set, one way is I can take this sum, divide by, I think we have about 7 elements here, 7 numbers. I put give 7, that's the average. Or I could also do something like this. I'll say equal to, and take, add all those numbers, divided by 7, that's the total number of elements here, or numbers. Hit enter, you get the same result. So primarily I am manually adding all these cells and then dividing to get the average. So instead, what you could actually do is you could say sum is a function in Excel to add numbers. You could say sum 1 comma 3 to add those two numbers. So whatever, or you can even give third number, it'll add the number. So you can give a number, or you can give a cell reference. So I can do sum, and I can select all these cells. If I had to select non-contiguous cells, all I have to do is hit Control and select that set. So in this case, we are only concerned from G2 to G8, and close parenthesis and hit enter, you get the sum, which is equal to this. It's just that this doesn't have decimals enabled. I can do that real quick. Now for average, let us use the average function. Just enter a couple of letters and you get the, you have IntelliSense in there, average, and we want the average of these numbers. Close parenthesis, hit enter, done. So we just used sum function and average function to find the results. So instead of you manually entering all these numbers or cells to add them, all you have to do is use the use the sum function, and then use the notation for the range, and done, you got the sum of those numbers. Next, you can also get the sum of these numbers in multiple ways. Select those numbers and you see average 25, and you have minimum, max. You can also do sum, I believe, from here, sum, and you got sum 175. That's one way. Now there's one more way. You can select all those numbers and you have auto sum. You click that, you get the sum here. There's also another way. Select these, go to formula, and you have sum, the same thing, what you have here on the home tab, the same thing is on the formulas tab here. You can do sum, or you can also do average if you'd like. You can also do min, max, whatever you're looking for. But what I'm trying to tell here is there are multiple ways to do things when it comes to sum. Primarily, these are nothing but functions in Excel. Now, how do you access all these formulas and functions? you have a formulas tab where you can access all sorts of formulas that are available in Excel. As you can see, you have recently used, of course, these are just the ones that you just used. You have, financial related, logical, text, date and time related, lookup and reference, math and trigonometry, and there are even more functions, engineering, statistical, cube, information, compatibility, and web, all those functions. Now let's see how we can get to that insert function in a couple of ways. One is here there's the insert function fx. Click on that. That will automatically put equal to, and then it will take you to the insert a function dialog box. Here you can search for whatever you're looking for. It did sum, but it's pointing to web as a category. There's so here are the recommended for sum, but you could do all and just search for sum of numbers, and it looks like what you get is this, and you have a formula definition here, sum, open parenthesis, numbers, and open parenthesis. For average, if you do a heavy G average and search for it, you get it, and once you double click it, it will take you there, and you can enter the numbers, and it will start calculating the average. Now that's one way to get to the insert function dialog box, and if you're on the home tab or any other tab, it's easy. But if you're on the formula tab, you also have insert function. That's the very first command button. You get to the same thing. As you can see, there are a lot of categories and there are a lot of functions, and we will go through some of the most commonly used functions. I'm sure I'm not going to go through each and every function. That's beyond the scope of this course. So that's how you get to function. That's a brief introduction to functions and how you can get to and how you can search for it and all the categories. In the next upcoming videos, we will look into quite a bit of functions, and we'll look at how we can use them in our project. Well, that's it about Excel functions, a brief introduction, and we will look into many Excel functions in the upcoming videos. Thank you. See you in the next video.